sell. Watch the bodies hit the floor. You know she's always leaving you wanting more. You can't hide from her too soon. Here comes Detective Legacy Moon. Legacy Moon.
What you say? Let's play. You work all week long, letting your hair down and I can't be wrong. I got a game we can play. Close the doors cause you're gonna wanna stay. Hey. When I play, I win. You know deep within it's not a sin for you to give in. Let's play, let's play, let's play, let's play. Tell me what you wanna see. Let's play, let's play, let's play, let's play. Come on boy and play with me. Let's play, let's play, let's play, let's play. Tell me what you wanna see. Let's play, let's play, let's play, let's play. Come on boy and play with me. I'ma give you what you need. Let me plant the seed, all I want is you. So call it greed. If you're hungry, I'm willing to feed. Let's play, let's play, let's play, let's play. Tell me what you wanna see. Let's play, let's play, let's play. Don't be afraid. This was the best game you've ever played. Put your emotions to the side. Don't overthink it, just enjoy the ride. When I play, I win. You know deep within it's not a sin for you to give in. Let's play, let's play, let's play, let's play. Tell me what you wanna see. Let's play, let's play, let's play, let's play. Come on boy and play with me. Let's play, let's play, let's play, let's play. Tell me what you wanna see. Let's play, let's play, let's play, let's play. Come on boy and play with me. What you say? Let's play. You work all week long, letting your hair down and I can't be wrong.
Hello, hello, hello. I am Legacy Moon. How is everyone doing? I had to mute myself. Hey, D-Dub. So, you guys, I made a decision this morning that I was going to start coming on at 8 o'clock because when I come on at 8:30, on Thursdays after Native does Showtime at the Apollo, I got to liking it. I like it. So I decided, okay, so on Wednesdays and Thursdays, I'll come on at 8. No, Wednesdays and, okay, so Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday. Wait a minute, I'm sorry. On Wednesdays, I'll be on at 8. Thursdays, it'll be 8:30. Friday, of course, 10 o'clock for After Dark, where we will be at my house this Friday for After Dark. And then on Saturdays, I'm going to do 8. And on Sundays, I will be After Native. So that's how, excuse me, I'm sorry. So that's how I am going to do it. Anyhow, welcome, welcome, welcome to you all. If you are in the bushes, welcome to you as well. How are you doing, D-Dub? I see you here. I wanted to talk about this case because, you know, it's going on right now, and we're getting everything in real time. It is Javeayah Harris, the case of Javeayah Harris. And it's sad that the mother reported her missing, and the mother knew all along where she was. And I think that is terrible. When I saw she was missing, I think I posted it on my Facebook, and it just didn't feel right to me because I just couldn't figure out how you would lose a child like that. Why am I? Just didn't feel right to me because okay. I'm sorry. For some reason, the volume on my phone just started working. That was weird. But anyhow, that was so weird. But anyhow, so I posted it on my Facebook. I can't remember if I put it on the community wall over on YouTube, but I did have it on my Facebook. And sometimes I like to see how things play out before I talk about them. And I saw how this one played out, or how this one is playing out. And I see what has happened. So for those of you who don't know about this case, I am going to tell you all about it. So on the 30th of June of 2026, Javeayah Harris's mother placed a phone call to 911 and said that Javeayah was missing. And her name is, I think it's Michelle or Michelle Herring. She placed this 911 call. And what we're going to do right now is we are going to listen to this call as I try to clear my throat. So let me get that pulled up. Usually I have this ready, but I was doing something else, and I started this, I was determined to start this live dead on time. So, what happened was I gave myself an hour to set everything up and whatnot. But come to find out, it took me longer than an hour to do what I needed to do, because I am streaming in the members for YouTube, and then I'll release it publicly later on. But that's what I'm doing for right now on YouTube. So I had to get that set up because I'm in 3 different studios. I'm in Rumble, I'm in YouTube, and I am in my Evmug. So I am all over the place right now. So, yeah, I thought that an hour was long enough to get things set up, but apparently it wasn't. So I don't have the clip ready, but I'm pulling it up right now as we speak. So what we are going to listen to first is this 911 call that the mother made. Let me share my screen. Okay, here we go, y'all. Why can't I hear anything? Can you put a 1 in the chat if you can hear? Because I can't hear. Oh, sorry, y'all.
4.
Let's start all over. I couldn't hear because it was on mute. Let's start all over. Boy, this is disastrous. But y'all know every time I do something new, we have a rough and bumpy ride to start. Okay, y'all know that. So it is what
County 911, where's your emergency?
Ma'am, I'm at 39 Hillsborough Street. I can't find my baby.
39 Hillsborough Street.
Yes, ma'am. She was outside playing, and I came out here after cooking dinner a little bit, and I'm looking for her, but I don't see her nowhere.
All right, how old is this baby?
She's 4.
All right, what was she wearing?
Now let me just stop right here as I give transformative content. I don't care where you live. I don't care if you're on a farm and it's 50 miles until the next farm. My 4-year-old is not playing outside by herself. There are a lot of things that happen or can happen. And I don't know, this doesn't look like a farm. It looks like just, a regular house. But nevertheless, my 4-year-old is not going to be outside playing unattended. That's the world we live in today. We live in a world where you can't do that anymore. You can't let your kid out, even if it's 7, 8, 9 kids playing. You just can't do that. Not with your 4-year-old. Hey, Aunt Natty is here. Miss R. Clark, Lunar Brain Fireheart, Salt and Pepper Tresses, Jackson Tabasco. Welcome, 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 you guys.
She had on pink Minnie Mouse pajamas, and she had me in pink beads. She had braids.
Is she black, white, or Hispanic?
She's mixed.
Okay. How long ago did you see her, ma'am? When was the last time you saw her?
Now this right here, because we're going to break down this 911 call bit by bit. Hey, Rakia. Hey, allegedly. Did I say hey, Salt and Pepper Tresses? Hey. So I couldn't understand why she said the little girl was mixed, because this lady is black and the father is black. So that kind of threw me off. And then another thing I questioned is, why was this little girl in her pajamas at dinner time? I mean, I don't know. Some parents might do that, so I'm not judging. But why was she in her pajamas at dinner time? Hey, Miss HLS. Miss R. Clark said a 4-year-old outside alone wearing pajamas. Okay, so it's not just me being judgmental. Okay. Aunt Natty said, just wait till you hear her thoughts on the neighbors, and she let her play outside by herself. Her thoughts on the neighbors? Aunt Natty, I don't know about that. I didn't see anything like that. I'll look for it. Miss HLS says they say the mammy is mixed. Oh, okay, but she may be mixed. But once you take that mix and put it together with, she's not, put it this way, the mom is black presenting if she is mixed, okay? But thank you for that, Miss HLS, because that puzzled me. It really did. So thanks for letting me know that.
I just came out here like no less than 20 or 30 minutes ago. I went in the house to cook dinner, and I
Yes,
told
ma'am.
her it's time to come in once it starts getting dark. And when I came out here,
Okay.
can't
Okay.
find her.
Just take a breath for me, okay?
You tell a 4-year-old it's time to come in when it starts getting dark. Now, I know for some of us growing up, we were told, make sure you're home by the time the street lights come on. And we did, because we knew we'd be in trouble. But to tell a 4-year-old to come in, I don't care how smart you are. Like me, I was an advanced child. I was very mature for my age. I've always been an old person, I think. I just don't think the concept of it's getting dark and I need to go in the house will actually sink in with a 4-year-old, because a 4-year-old is, I just don't think they can put the two together, in my opinion, because I'm 4, I'm playing. It's just not going to sink in. Oh, it's getting dark, I should go in. Not if I'm having fun. I'm not going in. Hey, Native Tribe Urban Media. Aunt Natty said the fact that she even gave that detailed description and knew that baby was deceased is diabolical. I know, with the beads. And it's funny, when you look at the missing flyer, she is in a Mickey Mouse shirt with white beads. So I was even wondering if that's what she was going off of. Like, did she just look around and happen to see a photo, and that's, boom, the description she gave? Hey, Nikki G, how you doing? Lunar Brain Fireheart said 4-year-olds have to be constantly told to wash their hands. Thank you. Thank you. And you're gonna tell them to come in when it gets dark outside? I don't think so.
I already have them on the way to you, okay? Do you know where she might be heading? Okay, you have any family or friends that live around the area?
No, but she usually try to chase our chickens to catch them, and I've been looking through the woods to try to see if I see her, but I don't see her nowhere.
What's your name?
My name is Micheline Harris.
What's her name?
Javeayah Harris.
Harris? I couldn't hear the first name.
Javeayah is spelled Javeayah. And I wasn't out here. I'm 39 weeks pregnant. I can't keep up with her like that.
Okay.
So she's however many, I think, I could have sworn she said 39 weeks pregnant. I don't know how pregnant she is, but she's very, very pregnant. I can't remember the exact number of months, but she's very, very pregnant. And she says in this 911 call, because of her being however many months pregnant she is, she can't keep up with her. Well, then keep her in the house if you can't keep up with her. Why is she outside playing alone, chasing chickens? Rakia says she sounds like a dumb liar. Lunar Brain Fireheart said, I'm not familiar with this story. Did she do something to the baby? We hold on, Lunar Brain Fireheart. Just hold on. We're going to get to that. We are going to get to that. I left a detail out. I want to see exactly how pregnant she was. Let me see. Let's just go back a smidge and see what she says, because she does tell us how pregnant she is. I thought I heard 39 weeks, but I know that, I don't know. Can you be pregnant? I thought it was just 36. But anyway, I don't know about pregnancy. I ain't never been pregnant. So if I missed anybody coming in, hello. Oh, Petty Patty. Hey, what's up? What's up? So I think I got everybody. No more ponytails. Hey. And I think I spoke to Nikki G. Jackson Tabasco said, I wonder why they decided to set the scene on that day. Were people, like family members, wondering why they hadn't seen the girl in a while? Well, supposedly, they just moved to, they have a history of evictions from what I was watching on the news, and supposedly they had just moved to, they've only been in that house for a couple of months. So I don't know if family or anything like that started asking questions. Okay, so D-Dub, she did say 39 weeks, and you be pregnant for 40 weeks? Okay. Aunt Natty said the only reason she called that night was she was having labor pains, and the family knew she would be questioned. Okay. All right. Let me go take my inhaler, y'all. I'm sorry. While this plays.
And what? Anybody else out there with her? Like that was out there with her? Any friends, kids playing with her?
The way our yard is set up, it's nothing but the dogs and the chickens right here at the back.
All right. Does she have any health issues? Any mental issues? Anything like that?
They suspected she was autistic, but she just now turned 4, so they don't have no diagnosis all the way.
Okay.
She's very smart, though. She don't seem autistic.
Does she talk?
Yeah. She can carry a full conversation.
Okay. You didn't see any vehicles before you went inside or anything like that?
No, but what worries me is these crackheads that walk in his house behind the house. I don't know. I've always felt weird about them, and I don't know. Hello?
I'm still here, ma'am. Give me just a second.
My call might be breaking up because of where we at.
Okay. What's a good callback number for you, ma'am?
Ma'am, I don't have one. My phone is not on, but I can still call 911.
Okay. Yeah.
Something else I didn't understand. She doesn't have a callback number, but she's on the phone. Now, I know when you have a cell phone and you don't have any service, you can still call 911. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think that they can call you back at that number. I'm not going to swear to it. But I do think that there's a way they can call you back on that number. Because like I said, if I can make a call to 911 and I don't have no service, then they should be able to call me back. So that was weird to me. Petty Patty said, listen at her blaming the innocent crackheads. Let's, that's what you were talking about. Was that Aunt Natty who said that? Okay, I get it. Let's go back. Let's see.
Safety.
Okay, you didn't see any vehicles before you went inside or anything like that?
No, but what worries me is these crackheads that walk in his house behind the house. I don't know.
So let's get this. Let's be clear. You know that there are crackheads walking around. So if there's crackheads walking around, I have to assume there's somebody, I mean, and it's an assumption that there has to be somebody there in the neighborhood, wherever, who might be selling said substance. So why is your child walking around or playing outside and this is what's happening in your neighborhood? Why is that? Let's get back to this call. Put my fair use banner up too.
I've always felt weird about them, and
She always felt weird about
I don't
him.
know. Hello?
I'm still here, ma'am. Give me just a second.
My
There.
call might be breaking up because of where we at.
Okay, what's a good callback number for you, ma'am?
Ma'am, I don't have one. My phone is not on, but I can still call 911.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Okay, I'm on the way to you. Just to confirm, where was she in the house when you saw her last?
No, she wasn't in the house, ma'am. She been playing outside today. And
Okay.
she asked me, can she play for a little bit more before it got dark, and I said yes. And I literally, her bath water is in the tub, ran, and dinner is cooking, and I came out here to get her, and I can't even find her.
Okay, is there a certain place she likes to play outside?
Usually in the chicken coop, and that's usually where I find her every day. And I just looked in here, and she's not in here.
Okay. Is there any bodies of water?
Mai Tai says she has chickens in a residential neighborhood. I wondered about that too. But I don't know how different states, I don't know the laws everywhere. There are some places, it can be like a semi neighborhood, here on the moon, and you can have that, but it's usually like rural. So I don't know, but this happened in Aiken, South Carolina. That's the detail I meant to say. This is in Aiken, South. Wait a minute, let me get, because I'll say South and it'd be North. South Carolina, Aiken, South Carolina. So I don't know how that place is set up, but one thing I do know is when you see the house, I didn't see where the chicken coop could be. I didn't see. Nikki G, she is 4 years old, outside playing in her pajamas, where she's been apparently playing all day, chasing chickens. Okay. Lunar Brain Fireheart said, my neighbor growing up had one, but it was rural Mississippi. Okay.
Water nearby?
I don't know, ma'am. Me and my husband just now purchased in this house. I don't know about this area much, but it's not a good area. I'll tell you that. It's not good.
So this is the part of the call that burned me up. Because the crackhead thing, I kind of slid by that when I was listening. There are crackheads wandering around the neighborhood. We just purchased this house, so I don't know if there's any bodies of water around. However, I am letting my child play outside unattended with crackheads in possible bodies of water. I don't know. There could be not. But she's playing outside. She's going to come in when it gets dark. Right, allegedly. Not a good area, but your
Okay, you say you
4-year-old is
searched the
playing.
woods. Is that behind your house?
Yes, it's like a pathway right behind my house, and we usually take the dog sometimes in the woods to just let them run, and she'll come. So I know she knows about the woods, and but I look down the same pathway that we walk, and I do not see her.
Okay, and you said she was wearing pink Minnie Mouse pajamas. Anything else you may be wearing?
Her beads are pink.
Beats are pink.
Yeah, she's got braids. I mean, I don't know if she got on Crocs or with shoes, because she just puts on play shoes, but I don't, ma'am, it's not no way that she could have got far.
All right. Do you have any neighbors around the area that you're familiar with she might be going to?
No, we don't talk to none of these people. None of these people, because they all mostly do drugs. I don't associate myself with that.
We don't talk to these people because they mostly use drugs. So we moved out here in this neighborhood that we're not familiar with. We haven't been out here long. Crackheads are just walking up and down the street. The all of the people around us use substances, and we are letting our 4-year-old child play outside alone. And she has to come in when it gets dark because I told her to. She doesn't even know what shoes this little girl has on her feet. You know, in such detail to describe her hair, the beads, what she has on. But you can't tell, you don't know what kind of shoes your child is playing in. At 4 years old, don't you get your kids' stuff ready? And from what I can remember, all the 4-year-olds I've taken care of, if they want go get you some shoes, and if it's not the right shoes, now go get you some more. And I personally, I kind of don't like to see the little kids, until they're like 5, walking around or playing in Crocs, because I think they could be dangerous. They're not like the jellies we had when we was growing up. And I think that playing outside when you're a toddler in Crocs is just not safe. So we also don't know if there is a body of water around. This is why, because she was so detailed with the hair, the beads, but not knowing what shoes she had on, this is why I feel like that picture happened to be there and she happened to look at that, and that's what she went with as far as a description. Aunt Natty said, because this hoe is lying. Petty Patty says, I wanted to know why a little girl was in her pajamas and bathwater was ready. So I guess when she came in, when she said, "Oh, it's dark outside. Let me go in the house." I guess her mom was going to give her bath for the night. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. But you see how this is very detailed. I don't know. I've heard other 911 calls of missing children who actually were missing. And this is extremely detailed. Extremely.
Have you checked with neighbors to see if they have seen her?
No, ma'am. I'm literally, I called you 10 minutes after I stepped outside. The cops are pulling up right now.
All right, go ahead and talk to them, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, no problem.
Now, she looked for the girl for 10 minutes. Do y'all think that's too long? What do y'all think? Do y'all think 10 minutes is too long to look? Because I know the panic sets in if you are looking for your child. Like the instant, because I guess she went where the chicken coop was, I'm assuming, because she was supposedly, well, this is hypothetical. We know she didn't do all that, but I can't say that I would wait. I can't say that I would wait 10 minutes if my child wasn't playing where she was supposed to be playing. I don't know if that's reasonable, but a panic would just set in immediately. Hey, sunshine and rain. So I don't know. Yeah, no, well, Petty Patty, she didn't ask the neighbor because, they use substances. So she did not want to, um, talk to them folks. So we get to the point where the parents admit that they did something to her. So, first, I want to say that there was, let me say this. It is not often that we, and by we, I mean black and brown people, go missing. It's so rare that we get the coverage that Javeayah got. And it just feels like every time we do get the exposure, the coverage, the FBI, all of the things, it always turns out to be like this. And it burns me up. And this happens in other communities too, but I'm just talking about our community right now. We rarely get, if you're blonde hair and blue eyed, you're always going to get the coverage. But we don't get that coverage. And it just seems like when we do, something like this ends up happening. So they did a search because they are believing that this child is missing. It's summertime because remember it's June 30th. It's hot as hell in some places. So it's summertime. So they do this search looking for her. And over 200, not 20, not 60, not 100, but 200 first responders, and this does include the FBI, searched over 5,000 acres using helicopters, drones, and canine units. So let me tell you a little bit about the father. The father comes home and he had been to the store, getting, I guess, snacks for Javeayah, food, just little things for Javeayah, right? And his pregnant girlfriend. So he, in an interview, he talks about how he came home and the police was just the place was just lined up with police cars and everything. So he thought that, his girlfriend, Miss Chalet, went into labor, is what he thought. I don't know why, because they don't fly drones and stuff and have canine units when someone goes into labor, but that's what he thought. So, his heart just sank when he found out his little girl was missing. Aunt Natty said it wouldn't take me 5 minutes because she wouldn't have been outside by herself. Right, exactly. D-Dub says she knows what the neighbors use, but doesn't know any of the neighbors nearby, and she doesn't know, she knows what they use. She don't know them folks, D-Dub, and she doesn't know if there's a body of water nearby, but she does know that they use substances, but she don't know them folk. Okay, Aunt Natty said the lies don't make sense. So the father, he gives this dramatic interview. Now we find out that Javeayah is not missing. I'm going to read this, and it says the deception. Investigators later determined that the missing person report was entirely fabricated. Evidence and subsequent confessions revealed that Javeayah had actually been deceased for at least a month before calling 911 was ever placed. Okay. So let's get into this next video we're going to do. We're collecting evidence in this video. Wait. I'm not sharing. Oh, I know what I did. Sorry, y'all. Okay, y'all, sorry.
Home as investigators and the coroner's office sifted through evidence. News 12 at 10 o'clock starts now. I'm Zaina Halliburton. Thanks for joining us. We're told today's search was just for evidence and not for Javeayah's remains. Your Ethan Hunter has been at the scene ever since this afternoon, watching investigators walk in and out of the home and into the woods, collecting evidence and taking photos. That's where he's joining us live tonight. Ethan, what have you seen over the last several hours?
Yeah, well, it's been really interesting, Zaina. I got here at about 5 o'clock just to see the growing memorial beside us and see people who continue to add to it with toys, balloons, or fresh flowers. Lots of people getting off work and coming straight here is what we've seen since it started over the weekend. And when I came back, we were here at around 2 o'clock. And when I came back here at 5 o'clock, investigators had crime scene taped off the Harris household, and it was once again being investigated. Now, we actually haven't seen investigators here because when they were here investigating this area and searching for Javeayah herself, we were staged at the church just about a mile away. So this is the first time that they have been back here since announcing that they believe Javeayah Harris is deceased and charged those parents. So this was very interesting once we first arrived here. Now, we saw investigators coming in and out of the house as well as back in the woods. Those investigators taking a shovel out of the truck at one point, going back into the woods, and it looked like they were sifting with an archaeological sifter through dirt. It looked like some debris as well, some trash maybe. Saw a couple of empty cans and putting that into evidence bags. We saw them coming in and out of the house with evidence bags as well, with what looked like could have been some clothing or some cloth rags of some sort. And then also carrying something big in a tarp. Now, like I said, I told that they are not looking for Javeayah's remains here. They were just looking for more evidence. To my eyes, it looked like
Yes, I was muted. Yes, I was muted. I am so sorry. Okay, so what I was saying was that Javeayah, I don't know what they were carrying out in the tarp on this picture. I mean, in this footage, but I don't think, and y'all tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. I don't think that she could actually specifically tell them where she buried Javeayah. I don't think she could like pinpoint it. Keep in mind, this body stayed in the house for weeks. Javeayah, like, she died in May. The body stayed in the house for weeks before she even took her out to bury her. So Aunt Natty says Carolina has the death penalty, and this is one time I think she should get it. Let me tell you this. I don't agree with the death penalty. I am against it. However, and the reason why is because there are innocent people who have been put to death that were not, well, of course they weren't guilty, they were innocent, but I just don't think it's fair for man to make that decision. But there are some cases where I'm good, such as abusing a child, whether it's in a violent way or sexual way. Okay, let me just say that. But the mistreatment, like her being deceased and just laying in the house, like till when I decide I want to bury her, and Oh, I'm going into labor. Let me call 911. The egregiousness of it all. I can say that I'd be good with it. If they decided that's what they wanted to do, I'd be good with it. Allegedly said these are not parents, they are monsters. And I agree with you.
Perhaps something wooden like a leg of a chair or a table that they carried out in those tarps, but they ended up loading everything into their cars and driving off here just about 15 to 30 minutes ago. So this has been recent that they have been away from here. They also took the crime scene tape down, which there was no crime scene tape at around 2 o'clock when our crews were here earlier in the day. Then at 5 o'clock we came back, and that is when this investigation kicked right back up here at Javeayah Harris's house. And I'll have you take a look at this memorial. This is what we came out to see here. And originally we were just trying to see how this has grown, because it has grown so much since even we were out here yesterday. And so many people here came out to add to that memorial and ended up staying to watch investigators work. There was probably around 100 people in total that had come here, many of them laying down balloons, laying down flowers, laying down Minnie Mouse stuffed animals or other stuffed animals that they believe Javeayah would have liked. It's really all about coming together as an Aiken community and doing.
The whole community is coming out there doing this, putting these stuffed animals and balloons as sort of a memorial tribute. Now, I don't know if you guys caught this, and I want to point it out, that they said that they carried out what appeared to be the leg of a chair. Now, you have to ask yourself the question, why? Why did police gather this and carry it out? Because that stood out in my mind. I mean, I know what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that this was probably used on the child. But I just wanted to know if anybody caught that.
Something in this unthinkable tragedy that nobody really knows what to do. A few people decided that it would be nice to set some toys down, and that has just continued to grow. I spoke with one woman who came here today for just that reason and ended up staying for a few hours watching investigators work, but all she wanted to do was let Javeayah know she is loved.
I have a daughter. I've lost a daughter. Like, it hit me in a place that I didn't even know I had. I didn't. Because I love her and I don't even know her. I'm sure there's plenty of people here that's been here or going to come here that are here right now that love her and don't even know her. And I think that she hears the prayers coming in. I think she sees when we light the candles. I think she sees when we stand out here. I love this. I love this. Like, she was loved. She may not have been loved while she was here, like she should have been, but she's definitely loved now. And so when we all get there, when we all get to heaven, she's going to know who we are. And I think that's really important, that she's loved even though she's not here anymore.
And she is certainly loved even though she is not here anymore. So many people have come out to support Javeayah and support law enforcement, many people watching them work today as well. And so much of this memorial has been added just in the last few hours since we've been here. So this is really a new development that we brought you first at News 12 at 5 o'clock. Investigators back on the scene now, right now at 10 o'clock. They have left just about 30 minutes ago. So we will continue to keep you updated, but certainly the community using this spot to gather and tell Javeayah just how loved she is.
And this really has just been a huge outpour from the community that doesn't even know this little girl, Ethan. That was powerful to hear from that woman. I think she said it best. If she wasn't loved while she was here on this world, she's certainly loved now, and we know that she can feel it. Thank you for following this. Ethan has been out there all day since like 5 o'clock when investigators did arrive, following this update 1 week exactly from when Javeayah was first reported missing. Ethan, thank you.
Okay, so in the chat, yes, no more ponytails says that poor baby. Jackson Tabasco said they tied her to the chair. Aunt Natty said a wooden leg. That's probably what she hit her with. Jackson Tabasco says, may they burn in hell. Now this right here, why did I have this here? Okay, yeah, I know why I stopped here. They're gonna go over just a little bit of the court documents.
Physical abuse. Again, that charge, you see it right here on your screen. It's homicide.
Store, and they said that they did see Javeayah at that house, but they had not seen her in about a month or two.
The other part of this warrant, I'll read it for you. I just want to make sure I'm getting the verbiage right, because you said
I shouldn't have moved this because I had it in the right spot.
Neighborhood.
I'm sorry, y'all.
saying that
I'm so sorry, y'all.
Bars tonight, both charged with homicide by child abuse. Her mom facing a charge of filing a false police report.
Now, I want to go over the 911 call. It's around 5 minutes long, and if you had the chance to listen to that, it sounds like a real 911 call to dispatcher. She's very upset. The mother is very upset, saying that Javeayah had actually been outside playing with the chickens in the chicken coop. We knew that from the incident report that we got last week or over the weekend. And she also said that Javeayah had asked her to go inside and actually went inside and said that she wanted to play. So she had this story that she was telling this 911 dispatcher. And the most shocking part of this is that this whole story is not true. She gave an entire description of Javeayah, saying that she had pink beads in her hair, was wearing Minnie Mouse pajamas. She was very smart, very talkative, and was great at having conversations. So she had this entire story, said she was 39 weeks pregnant, couldn't keep up with her, was searching in the woods, and she needed help. She was unsure of some of the people that may have been around her house. But again, we do know that this story was not true. Again, she's charged with filing a false police report, and also in that warrant saying that she had disposed of her body in an area outside of Aiken County. And I think one of the parts of the warrants, and you pointed this out already, was that May 1st to June 15th mark for the homicide by child abuse charge. So again, Javeayah could have been gone for weeks before that 911 call was made. We know the sheriff telling us that Javeayah had likely been deceased for a month.
And another thing that I want to bring up, Will, is I was back out in the neighborhood today talking with neighbors of Javeayah, and I know one question that we had and many people at home had was, did Javeayah ever live in that house? I spoke to 3 neighbors today. 2 live across the street and 1 lives next.
These are the neighbors who are on substances, y'all. These neighbors right here that they're talking about, that they talk to, these are the neighbors on substances.
Store, and they said that they did see Javeayah at that house, but they had not seen her in about a month or two.
The other part of this warrant, I'll read it for you. I just want to make sure I'm getting the verbiage right, because you said there were some strong and powerful words in this warrant. They also mentioned that they did not seek medical attention for Javeayah after knowing that Javeayah had suffered injury, which was obtained from physical abuse. Again, that charge, you see it right here on your screen. It's homicide by child abuse, and then the mother also charged with filing that false police report. The father is not charged with that at this time. But if you look at the father's warrant as well, it's interesting the verbiage that they use in his, and they say that he is charged with the homicide by child abuse, but it was from the victim's mother. So it clearly states that the victim's mother had done that child abuse and had caused those injuries.
I couldn't wait to get to this part. I couldn't wait, because when I saw the parents confess they were responsible, I actually, because of the way my mind works, because of the way I'm wired, I actually said that this is, the father did it and the mother's protecting him. This is what I said. And that's my prejudice. That's my own prejudice, because it was the assumption. But then I find out the mother did it, not the father. He was the one covering and protecting. Now, does that mean that, was she abused by both parents? I don't know. But in this instance, the injury that led to her demise was made by the mother. And I was just shocked. I was shocked. So Lunar Brain Fireheart says that poor baby probably was really on the spectrum, and they were too pathetic to learn how to care for her. Disgusting. That could be true too. I mean, first of all, they're just trifling parents anyway. Both of them. They're just trifling.
to Javeayah, and then the mother was also charged in that warrant with disposing of Javeayah's body. So that gives us an insight as to what exactly happened and who did what in this case as well, according to these warrants.
Absolutely. And reading these warrants today will both of us getting a picture of what actually happened according to these warrants. I go back to that news conference that Sheriff Marty Sawyer had where he was telling us the news that no one wanted to hear, that they believed Javeayah had been dead for at least a month. And he had one line that stood out to me where he said that by the time that 911 call was made, it was already too late for Javeayah. And certainly these warrants give us a better picture of that. Two different stories between that 911 call from her mother and what these warrants have to say as well.
It's truly hard to listen to. If you have a chance to listen to it, this is on our website as well, WRDW.com. And going back to the 911 call, there's the father's side to all of this. I interviewed with him on Thursday over the phone. That's also on our website.
Let me, Petty Patty says she was probably abused by both. Aunt Natty says, I wonder, did he protect the mother because of the pregnancy? Yeah, that's a good question. Because when you, so when you pose that question, you wonder, were they just trying to get through until she had the baby and then pull this stunt? Or were they just, like someone said earlier, was it just that they knew that she was about to go into labor, she was close to the end of her pregnancy, and they pulled the stunt because of that? So, you know, and the family would be around asking questions. So, you know, either way.
Website if you haven't checked that out. And again, he gave an entire story as to what happened the day that Javeayah went missing. We still don't know if that's true or not because we don't know if he was at the house at the time of that 911 call. He tells us he wasn't. He was out running some errands, went to 3 or 4 stores to get candy for Javeayah, get some alcohol, get gas and some Black and Milds, and then had seen police and then ended up back home. But I asked him.
See how specific their stories are? Now, after finding out that the mother is the one who actually caused the injury, I wondered, was it true? Like the interview that he gave and the story he gave, was it true? Like, did he like go to the store and she at the spur of the moment decided to call 911 and do this? I was really wondering, because that's very specific. I went to get Black and Milds, some alcohol, some gas, and some snacks for Javeayah. Very specific. Lunar Brain Fireheart said, I'm generally non-violent, but I want 10 minutes with the mother. Give me 5. Just give me 5. Miss HLS says, that's what I was saying. She was in labor and new family would be... yeah, so that was you who brought that up. They would be asking about her. Yeah. So either way, you know, that way, or was he just waiting for her to have the baby to do it? Like, I don't know. Now Miss HLS's point sounds a little bit more plausible. You know, she's about to go in labor soon and family's going to be around, but I still wonder in the back of my mind, was their original plan to wait for her to have the baby and then pull this stunt? Aunt Natty said, Legacy, she had the baby the night of the 911 call. Oh, that's right, because she was in labor, yes. Oh, you meant that's what you read, Miss HLS. Okay. Petty Patty says, I think she may have been at work when it happened. He covered for her, so she's just as guilty.
Did you know what happened to Javeayah? Do you know anything? He told me, no, sir, I don't. Again, charged with homicide by child abuse. In this case, we have the full 911 call on our website, again, if you haven't checked that out. We also have the warrants. We'll have more throughout this evening, Zaina.
Sydney and Will, thank you. Just hard to listen to that 911 call, hard to read those warrants. You just question, you just don't know how a parent could do such a thing. The big question still remains, where exactly is Javeayah? Your Meredith Anderson has been at the search site for Javeayah's body at the Fairfield and Chester County line. Meredith, what's the latest search efforts looking like?
The search for the body of 4-year-old Javeayah Harris is concentrated here in rural Fairfield County. To give you an idea, it's about 2 hours outside of Augusta, and no one is getting in this area at all. You can see they've got the Fairfield County Sheriff's Office blocking it off. So really the only people coming and going are investigators. And I'm told that this is an access to Debutary Creek, which feeds into a much larger body of water. Something to note about this body of water. And it's well known around for fishermen in the area because it's really good fishing for crappie. The reason it's good is because it's filled with stumps. The Rocky Creek Pond that is not too far from here is nicknamed Stumpy Pond by a lot of the locals. So that goes to show you the water is kind of treacherous for boats, good for fishing, but there's lots of places for fish to cover. So that could mean some clues into what investigators are having to go by. Something else here too, we have been here for a couple of hours. It's been raining, it's been thundering. That is important because we know drone teams are in the area, and because of the weather that we've been facing today, perhaps drones have not been able to go up in the air. A note about this location too. This is a location where Javeayah Harris's family started showing up Saturday. I was here Saturday. I tracked the area through the back of the tail number on SLED's helicopter. It was up in the sky. It was circling the water here. So I hopped in the car and I drove here. And I wasn't the only one. Javeayah Harris's family members were coming here. They don't live too far from here. And they had seen the news about their loved one on Facebook, on social media, and this was after the sheriff's office made the announcement that she is likely dead.
So here another thing that kind of threw me for a loop, right? All the neighbors they use substances. Oh, I don't know them folks. Now, when they said family live near, I don't know if they meant near where Javeayah's parents lived or near in this area, because I don't know South Carolina. So I don't know how, close this is, how far it is from the house. I don't know. Because, it was said that she was buried in another county. So I don't know. And it's very interesting that drones, like family members, was literally after they found out what was going on and stuff, that not only was the news following drones, but they were too. It's very interesting and sad at the same time.
Cars coming and going all day today. Not really sure which one, a lot of them unmarked, but we've seen a lot of DNR and a lot of the local Fairfield County Sheriff's Office coming and going here today. But again, back to her family. Once they found out about her likely death, they didn't know where to go. They didn't know what to do, and they wanted information. So they came here looking for answers. And today, we're getting more answers. We got a copy of the warrants, and today we learned that both the mother and the father have confessed. At least that's what the warrant said, and that the mother confessed to disposing of Javeayah's body. That is of particular interest because, as far as we know, this is the only area that they are searching right now. And I can tell you, after being out of here Saturday, we saw law enforcement from a bunch of different agencies, but DNR seemed to be the most pronounced, I guess you could say, agency out here. I saw multiple boats that were being pulled out of here with trailers, ATVs, those were on trailers being pulled out. There was a rather large mobile command unit. So this appears to be the spot where they are searching for her body. We will continue monitoring this today. I'm trying to get a look at the cars that are coming and going in the different agencies, but we're told that Aiken County is the lead on this investigation. So none of them have been able to give me any information, but even more sadly so, none of them have been able to give any of the information to Javeayah Harris's family members as well. But for now, that is the latest here in rural Fairfield County, South Carolina. Meredith Anderson, on your side.
Okay, so here again, something. So, okay, I'm getting that she put the body. Okay, so she left Aiken County and took the body to a different county. and Javeayah's family lives near there. So can you imagine, like, your niece, your nephew, your grandchild, your cousin missing, and you find out about it and what's going on through Facebook? I would be so like, I don't know. I don't know. I'd be hey, Anime. I would be calling folks. I'd be calling folks. So now, y'all, we are getting ready to get into the bond hearing that they both had. Let me see. So let me share this. Okay, so now this bond hearing, they were doing this in real time, so it's kind of behind the times, or behind. Just, you'll see what I'm talking about. But hey, Bible lady, but I'm gonna run this. I'm gonna let it play, and I'll stop in between for commentary.
Can we play the video from the mother's bond hearing this morning? Okay, we'll pull it up here in a second.
They were having, just like myself, they were having technical difficulties too. So, just bear with me and bear with them, please. And thank you. He's like, when is this going to get started? Because I am standing here.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and we have the mother's bond hearing from this morning. We'll play that.
My name is Judge Thornton. Today's date is July 5th, 2026, and you are in bond court. When bond is set, and if you can meet the requirements, you will be released from this facility. However, being released on bond will have no effect on your charges or your day in court. Your release may necessitate contacting a bonding company for assistance. There is a list of local bonding company names and phone numbers in the back to help. You have the right to a jury trial. You also have the right and an obligation to attend all court proceedings. If you choose not to attend, you may be tried in your absence. A bench warrant may be issued for your arrest, and you could face additional charges. If your charges are dismissed or you are found not guilty, you also have the right to petition the court to have those charges expunged, which means that they will come off of your criminal history.
So I want you guys, while this is playing, when they do show her, watch her body language, watch her her facial expression. Lunar Brain Fireheart says no remorse. And you're going to see a difference between her behavior and the dad's behavior. So I just wanted to point that out. And something else. Now, I do know that the judge says, more charges can come. I find it interesting that they charged her with filing a false police report, but they didn't charge her with misuse of the 911 system, because I think that that's what she did. She misused the 911 system in addition to the false report. And they have not charged her with, what is it? Mistreatment of a corpse? Is it that the charge? So I found that to be interesting. So, but you never know what's going to come down the road. Aunt Natty said, did you see the one where the mother left the six? Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, I saw that one too.
You have the right to represent yourself, or you can get your own attorney. If you cannot afford to hire an attorney, the court may appoint an attorney to represent you. We will start the qualification process today, but it is up to you to follow up. For charges that will be heard in General Sessions Court, you contact the Public Defender's Office to complete the application process. Court dates, times, and locations will be included in the paperwork that I'm about to give you, so don't try to keep up with anything in your head. For charges that will be heard in General Sessions Court, you have the right to a preliminary hearing. A preliminary hearing does not determine if you are guilty or not guilty. It simply confirms if probable cause exists to move forward to trial with the charges that you face. If you want a preliminary hearing, you need to submit the form I will give you within 10 days, and that 10 days starts today. You will get a copy of everything that you sign. Understand that by signing, know that it is not an admission of guilt or anything other than a receipt of the documents as part of this bond hearing process. Please follow the deputy's guidance and sign and initial everywhere that it is highlighted in yellow. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Herring, you've been charged with homicide by child abuse. Do you understand that charge?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that if convicted, it carries up 20 years to life in prison? Do you
Yes.
understand that? You've also been charged with filing false police report of a felony violation. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
It carries up to 5 years in prison or a $5,000 fine. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you want to see if you qualify for a court-appointed attorney, or are you going to retain the services? Are you going to retain the services of your own legal counsel?
I can get public assistance.
Okay. So answer a couple of questions for me. Are you employed?
Yes, sir.
Not anymore.
And where do you work?
Look, do you think that any job is going to let it, I know you can't just fire somebody because you don't like them, but if she worked for me, she gone. Because this has become a big thing on social media, and you know how social media does. So like the workplace would not be a safe place, because you're going to have people calling the business, coming up to the business, all of that stuff. So I'd have to let her go if she worked for me.
Transcom.
Transcom?
Yes, sir.
Do you get paid weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly?
Bi-weekly.
And on average, what do you typically bring home every 2 weeks?
1,300.
Anybody else live in the household with you?
Yes, sir. The father.
So just one?
Yes, sir.
Does he do anything to contribute to the financial status of the home?
He work at DHL.
Okay. All right, at this time, you may.
So this was, I didn't know that. Aunt Natty said this whole worked from home. I didn't know that. But she worked for home. So wait, and this is what I wasn't clear on. She's too tired to keep up with her 4-year-old because of her pregnancy, her 39-week pregnancy. But she wasn't too tired to cook dinner. See, I'm just trying to play things up, because if I'm too tired to keep up with my child, I'm too tired to cook. So what I was wondering was she still working at this time, or was she out on, what did they give you? FMLA, or, well, you don't get that time till after you had the, like, I was wondering, was she out? You know what I'm saying? D-Duff says she worked from home without a phone. Bible Lady says, you people that work at that business whooping her ass. I would be people. People will be there whooping her ass. Right. Thank you, my time. Maternity leave. Like, was she on early maternity? Like, I'm just trying to make sense of all of this. Like,
Too much money to qualify for a court-appointed attorney.
Okay.
So you're going to need to retain the services of legal counsel on your own.
ooh! I hadn't watched the hearing, y'all.
You also have a first court appearance set up for September 18th of this year at 9 a.m. in the main courtroom. at the Aiken County Judicial Center, 109 Park Avenue Southeast in Aiken. Right? If you're able to bond out, then you'll need to be there for this first appearance.
So Petty Patty says she wasn't doing either legacy. No food or bath water was ready. But in my mind, I'm like going, I'm tying it together. You know, like the 911 call. You know, you say you can't keep up with her. You're 39 weeks pregnant. You can't keep up with this 4-year-old, but you let her play outside unattended. But you say you was cooking dinner. But how can you be too tired to keep up with your 911 call sounded clown. And fortunately, they took it seriously and they did do what they were supposed to do. All of the agencies did what they were supposed to do. But, you know, meanwhile, you done lied. But you didn't even have, you didn't have a good, nice, long, articulate line that gave a timeline that made sense. You know what I mean? Miss HLS said at 39 weeks pregnant, she probably was already on maternity leave. Okay, see, I don't know how that works. I just, I remember people, you know, on the job whose leave I would have to approve and stuff, but, you know, I don't, look, I didn't even know how long you carried a baby.
You have not bonded out on these charges. The Sheriff's Office will transport you to the courtroom. Does Victim Services have anything they'd like to add to the record this morning?
Yes, we ask that she complies with DSS requirements.
All right.
Y'all got DSS requirements for this?
Very good. Is there anyone from law enforcement that is?
Oh, maybe I'm thinking DSS requirements. So maybe as far as DSS requirements, they mean the baby that she is going to have. Maybe that's what they mean by that.
Here to put anything on the record? Very well. All right. Ms. Herring, with regards to the homicide by child abuse, it carries 20 years to life if convicted. Based on the severity of the charge and the penalty that it carries, I do not have the authority to set.
All right, so this was the bond hearing earlier this morning for Mishyla Herring, who is the mother of Javeayah Harris. She was denied bond for filing that false police report. And you heard the judge talk about this a little bit. He said he did not have the authority to set bond related to the homicide by child abuse charge. So we did just get a live update from Sydney Hood, our reporter there in the courtroom now, who said that Harris, the father, just walked into the courtroom now. So this bond hearing for the father is actively happening. So any updates that she provides, I will bring them live to you right here as we get them. So stick with us as we work to get this information out to you guys. They had to go get a special judge, a circuit court judge, to deal with this because violent crimes require in South Carolina that a specific judge, a circuit court judge, needs to set bond, and homicide by child abuse is one of those charges. They are the ones who have the bond setting authority exclusively for charges like this. But again, you're seeing this footage from early.
That's interesting. I keep forgetting that she had the baby. Because you know what? I'm focused on that pregnancy thing in the 911 call. I keep forgetting she had the baby. So there probably is a stay away order, Petty Patty, for, you know, her to, if she does get out, to stay away from the baby. And I'm wondering where the baby's placed. I wonder if the baby's with a relative or you know, just in foster care.
Earlier this morning for the mother, this was her bond hearing. It's unclear if she's going to show back up to bond court this morning to address the homicide by child abuse charge, but she will have that arraignment, that first appearance on September 18th at 9 a.m. That's when she will enter into a plea of guilty or not guilty at that time. So a little more than a month away before we learn what her plea will end up being. She was in court today by herself, no family, no attorney there. You heard the judge say she does not qualify for a public defender, so she will have to go and retain counsel on her own because she didn't qualify again. for public defender status. And you heard that she will have to be, she will adhere to DSS requirements. So Department of Social Services with the state is involved at this time. I know that a lot of people have asked about the baby that she gave birth to when she called 911 and said Javeayah was missing. We know that she did have a child in the hospital, and that child is with other family at this time. So that's what we know about the situation. Javeayah's body has still not been recovered as far as we know. That's the last information we have from the sheriff's office. And we know that they were searching up in Great Falls, South Carolina. That's in Chester County. Your Meredith Anderson was up there yesterday and got plenty of photos and videos. And Javeayah's family actually showed up to the scene, and some of them telling us that they learned about most of this, or that she was deceased, because of Facebook posts, which is heartbreaking to hear. So that's the newest update today in the search. For those of you joining us outside the area, this is in Aiken County, South Carolina, right next to Augusta, Georgia. And we are waiting for more information.
So this is what I don't understand. Because they're still looking, last I checked, they're still looking for the body of Javeayah. Like, I don't understand why they can't tell her, or why she can't tell them where she put Javeayah. Like, I'm very confused about that. I would think you would remember where you put your child. But then again, for someone who is trifling enough to unalive their child, and then like have the child stay, the body in the house, like all this time, you know, I don't know. Aunt Natty said, if she was my daughter, I wouldn't be there either. Yeah, nobody in the, okay, this is where I wanted to get to his. Nobody in the family showed up, and I know I would not have shown up either. I wouldn't have shown up there. I don't care how she gets an attorney, how she pays for it. It's interesting. You can't get a bond, but you got to pay for your attorney. Like, it's weird. It's weird. Very weird. So let's get into his hearing.
All right. Again, the father's bond was just denied. Let me see. There's more information here. I'm trying to catch up. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so the circuit court will hear bond with... Okay, here we've got some video for you guys.
Can I just say, I didn't watch the hearings. I just kind of went through them real fast because this was the only part I didn't watch. But can I just say, it really pleased me to see that even people who do the news every day struggle with technical difficulties and be confused about what's going on sometimes. I was so happy to see this. Anyhow, let's get back into it. By the way, watch his body language.
This just happened, so we're feeding this back here as quickly as we can. I mean, this just happened, so you guys are getting your first look with me. I'm also seeing this for the first time with you guys.
Mr. Harris.
Yes, sir.
Today is Sunday, July 5th, 2026. My name is Judge Thornton. You're in bond court. When bond is set.
Now, if you look at his face as compared to what she was looking like in there, I kind of do see remorse. This is not me giving him any kind of sympathy, but at least he does look like he knows he committed a crime. I don't like the way she looked. Petty Patty says, I don't think she drove to Chester from Aiken, not unless she had family in Chester. So let me get that. Okay, so they were focusing heavily on the Doubterry Creek area, access area, which is what, you know, we learned earlier, in Fairfield, South Carolina, Fairfield County, South Carolina. And she has family ties there. It says family ties. So apparently some family do live in that area. where she supposedly took Javeayah.
And if you can...
Lunar Brain Fireheart says, F him too. Hey, Sassy. She says, yesterday, law, because I know you said that's near you. You said, yesterday, the law enforcement removed a barrel with burned objects, including clothes and a mattress from their home. That's interesting. Bible Lady said, we try to tell you stop worrying about technical difficulties, Legacy Moon. It makes me nervous, right, when I have technical difficulties.
Meet the requirements of the bond, you will be released from this facility. However, being released on bond will have no effect on your charges or your day in court. You've been charged with homicide by child abuse, which carries a prison sentence, if convicted, of 20 years to life. You understand that?
Yes.
You have the right to a jury trial. You also have the right and obligation to attend all court proceedings. You have the right to represent yourself and get your own attorney. If you cannot afford to hire an attorney, the court may appoint an attorney to represent you. We will start that qualification process today, but it is up to you to follow up. Your case is going to be heard in General Sessions Court. So after today's preliminary application, you will be given an opportunity to meet with the Public Defender's Office to confirm if that's the direction you want to go. Court dates, times, and locations of all future court dates and proceedings will be included in the paperwork that I will give you today. Charges that will be heard in General Sessions Court, you also have a right to a preliminary hearing. A preliminary hearing does not determine if you are guilty or not guilty. It simply confirms that there's probable cause sufficient to move forward to trial with the charges that you face. Understanding all this and the charges and the penalties that you face, do you want to see if you qualify for a court-appointed attorney, or do you plan on contesting these charges by retaining your own legal counsel?
I don't have an attorney or a lawyer yet, but I'm just Can you repeat your question?
Let's just see if you qualify for a court-appointed attorney. Are you employed anywhere?
Yes, sir.
And where do you work?
DHL Bridgestone.
Say that again for me.
DHL Bridgestone.
And do you get paid weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly?
Weekly.
Weekly. And what do you, on average, bring home every week?
It was my first check. I haven't seen it yet.
So you don't know?
No, sir.
All right, besides you, how many of us live in the household with you?
Just me, my girlfriend, and my child.
Wow.
Okay, does she contribute to the financial status of the house as well?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Who lives in the house? Me, my girlfriend, and our child. Yeah, okay, sir. Okay. Maybe he meant, when he said our child, maybe he meant the baby. I don't know. Yeah, so he was getting his first, he hasn't even gotten his first paycheck. So this is a new job for him. Please make sure you like this video.
You also have a first initial court appearance date set up for September 18th of this year at 9 a.m. in the main courtroom at the Aiken County Judicial Center, 109 Park Avenue Southeast in Aiken. Once again, don't try to keep up with all these numbers and dates in your head. It'll be a part of the paperwork that I'll give you in just a few minutes. Remember that you also have a right to request a preliminary hearing, and the paperwork included as well. That you've got 10 days to submit that paperwork, and that 10 days starts today. Now, with regards to the charge, you're here to have a bond set, but this court does not have the authority or the jurisdiction to set a bond for a sentence of a crime that could get you life in prison. So today's bond is being denied, and it's also being transferred to the circuit court, where a circuit court judge will hear this case within the next 30 days, and the circuit court judge will set the bond for the charge. But for now, there is no bond. All right? And I do not qualify you at this point for a court-appointed attorney. So it would be my advice to you to seek legal counsel to represent you as you move forward. All right, best of luck to you. We're adjourned.
With Victim Services, we are asking that he complies with DSS requirements.
Yes. Thank you, Victim Services. I appreciate that. You comply with DSS's requirements. All right. That's a condition of the bond.
Yes.
All right. Very good. Thank you.
All right, come on.
So bond was denied for him and her. But if they do happen to somewhere down the line get bond, and now while they're in jail, they're to have no contact with the infant child. So I'm assuming that's what the DSS requirements are. So Aunt Natty says, I thought DHL went out of business. I haven't seen one of their trucks in years in Arkansas. Now, where is... okay, Sassy said Tracy Fent went live into the home and showed the inside before law enforcement blocked off the home. She said it had a very foul smell. She may still have the live up on Facebook. So I saw your comment and I went and looked for it. I think I got it. So let me share that with you right now. Now, honestly, I'm glad that we have the opportunity to look at this, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, that kind of like messes with the crime scene. So I don't know how I feel about that. But let me make sure I'm sharing this. Okay, yeah, I got it up. So now we are looking at the home. All right, let me get rid of that. Okay, so here we go, y'all.
When they said the baby was missing, you ran over here?
I ran over here, crawled up in the house. I crawled all the way up in the house, and I came out there, came from, I'll be back.
So I just want to make sense, Sassy, am I on the right video? This is a neighbor talking, and it says that neighbor describes his reaction the moment 4-year-old Javeayah Harris went missing, the time a few months ago when he saw Javeayah playing outside in the yard. Now, I was looking at this while the hearing was playing. Hey, Miss Principal. Hey, I am Coco. Now, this can't be the house that this little girl was playing outside of. I know this must be the neighbor's house. Because there is no way. Right, Petty Patty said the neighbors that the mom doesn't mess with. I know this child was not outside playing. Look at this,
I
y'all.
came out this hole here, back the way I went up under there. When I first saw the baby, me and the
So
dude,
you seen her out here playing before?
me and the dude was standing right here.
Mm-hmm.
He had a bottle of Mad Dog in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
She was sitting on the porch. The baby was right there playing with that little puppy.
But this wasn't the same day she was missing.
No,
I
hell no. This was months before. And then when the fire hit,
because they set the whole backyard on fire.
yeah,
Ambulance
the
came.
trees and all that shit, and no ambulance came.
I mean,
the fire department came.
What?
We was already trying to put the fire out.
Yeah.
We was already trying to put the fire out. My dude came from across the street. He from New York. He just moved over here before they moved here. He came over to help out. We all got tight and got cool and shit.
Right.
She was the one that flipped out on everybody, so everybody stayed the fuck away from over here.
When they said the baby was.
So it sounds like he went under the house.
So there's been more information and details that came out about 18-year-old Nolan West.
When they said the baby was missing,
So it sounds like this neighbor, you know, that she doesn't know, who apparently they all stand around drinking Mad Dog 2020, and somehow or another the backyard gets caught on fire. See, now my mind is going back to the barrel that someone said earlier. They found Sassy said that they were going through and they found clothes. My mind's going back to that now, but she don't know the neighbors, but they were helping out. Okay, all right, lady, all right. So that's that
trying
video.
to put the fire.
When they said the baby was.
Oh.
Yeah, my dude came from across.
I can't believe that this baby was outside playing. Do you see all those hazards around there? Like, I'm in disbelief. I am in disbelief that she. Okay. Let me see. What's this one? Okay.
Let me go right here though.
So this is. It looks. I don't know where she is on here. This looks like the yard.
Oh no, I'm not looking. No, I'm not looking for nobody or anything. I came to the memorial site. You know, this is where the little girl. This is where the 4-year-old was reporting missing from. And so if you see the beginning of my video, of course I'm out front of the house, and then I just, you know.
I'm sorry. I don't want my 4-year-old out playing in this area with all the hazards I've seen thus far. I don't want my 4-year-old out there playing with me supervising her, let alone unsupervised. Like, why isn't there a clean area for this baby to play? I don't, Bible lady, I don't know if if she's a reporter. I don't know.
Walk back here because
I think it does say she's a reporter, but I don't know for sure.
You know, I mean, there's nothing preventing you from walking around. What Big Ben? Somebody said, what's in the Big Ben? I don't see a Ben. Let me go right here though. Dang, this is, man, I'd have been, all this, it wouldn't be a stone unturned. I'm not lying.
Okay, yeah, it wouldn't be a stone unturned because my child wouldn't be playing. Do you see that? All the woods and stuff like that? That's crazy. That is too crazy. That this child was out here playing. Well, we know she wasn't playing, but it's just crazy. Let me see if there's any other video. I don't see any other videos. So, Analytical One said, Tracy need to get off the property and out of crime scenes. Aunt Natty said, I don't believe nothing that Heffa said on the 911 call, except she was 39 weeks pregnant. That's the only thing, right? That is the only thing. Let me see. Did I just look at this? I think I did this one already. Yeah, because this is the memorial scene, yeah. So, Okay, it says that Tracy Fant is a consultant, influencer, advocate, wife, mother, Mimi organizer, freedom fighter, freedom fighter, free freedom fighters upstate. Now, I still am kind of leery of her being at this crime scene. I don't know about how I feel about that. Walking through before the police tape it off. I don't know about that. So, yeah, where's the chicken coop at? But, and you know what? That might have been my detail. Like, I might have added in, that might have been me personally adding in the chicken coop. Because since she says she was out chasing chickens, I just assumed that there would be a coop, because I thought you were supposed to keep chickens in a coop. Like, they don't, like, if they're like free, like, wouldn't they like run away or fly away? I don't know. I don't know. Sassy said, Bible lady, no, she's not a reporter. She blogs true crime and political happenings in South Carolina. Yeah, I don't know that I would have, that's kind of, Oh, okay, thank you, Petty Patty. Petty Patty says you didn't add that the deficit chicken coop. Okay, so she said it. That wasn't me. Okay, y'all. See, because that, sometimes I do have a habit of, like, because there's the assumption for me, I just added in chicken coop. So, but she did say that. Okay. So where was it? Because, I would think, like, I haven't seen this, the news footages that I've seen, I have not seen a chicken coop that the news reporter has pointed out, nor this Tracy lady. I didn't see her show a chicken coop. So, wow. Wow. Okay. So, just wow. So, y'all, that is all I have for y'all here on today. Wait, my chat is working in YouTube? I didn't know that. Wow. That's interesting. Let me see what's happening. The chat. Okay. But anyhow, y'all, that's all I have. I think I'm going to come back at, I'm thinking about coming back for body cam. Are y'all down for that, or is it too late? Y'all let me know in the chat. Are y'all down for some body cam, or is it too late? Because even if I do it, I'm not going to be on that long. But I have to get it set up and everything. So what are y'all down with? Y'all down with some body cam? Jackson Tabasco said, okay. Miss Principal said, I'm down. Come back. Okay. So I'm going to get this set up. I'll be back at about 10:15. So y'all be back here at 10:15. And I'm going to go set this live up. Had to take a deep breath. So I'm going to go set this live up, and we are going to get out of here. Since I am streaming this on YouTube, I can't do my music, but when I come back at 10:15, I will be doing that. Bible lady said, have we ever said no to you, Legacy? So I'll be back between, let's say 10:15, 10:30. I'll be back with some body cam. But until then, if you don't come back, I will see y'all on the next one. Have yourselves a good Thursday. Native will be on at 7 o'clock with its showtime at the Apollo. And I will be on at 8:30 with something. But until then, I'll see y'all on the next one, or I'll see y'all later, whichever comes first.
None.